Welcome to Family Network on Disability's Mad Job Skills Series, Tips for Acquiring Employment. This training includes a worksheet activity that will be referred to throughout the training. It is recommended that you print a copy of this worksheet before you begin the training. Family Network on Disability is family-driven. What makes F&D unique is that majority of our board of directors, all of our management staff, and all of our program staff are parents or family members of persons with disabilities. When a family member calls F&D, they not only receive the expertise and knowledge of a professional, but also the compassion and empathy of someone who has walked and continues to walk in their shoes. We do not act as attorneys. We don't represent families and don't give legal advice. We do provide support. Family member F&D has been a statewide parent-to-parent since 1985, and the value of families getting support by networking with other families is built into everything that we do. We often get calls from parents or other family members who just need to talk, and we are there to listen. We provide information. Altogether, F&D logs over 15,000 calls a year, most of them from parents, family members, or professionals who are looking for information. We have a large database of resources in Florida and a library filled with disability-related information. Regardless of the question, our staff will go the extra mile to find the answer. Help identify options. Our philosophy at F&D is that it is not our role to tell families what to do. It is our role, however, to inform families of their options and encourage them to make their own decisions about what is right for their family. Job searching skills. Job action plan. Create long-term and short-term goals with your transition team. What is the right job for you? Think about what you enjoy doing, your hobbies, interests, and types of jobs you would like to learn about. Self-employment. Keep your mind open to self-employment opportunities. If you mow your parents' lawn as a way of earning allowance, would this be the opening to start your own lawn business by earning money and mowing your neighbor's lawns? Job accommodations. Know what kind of job accommodation you will need. Many times, the type of job accommodations you may need may be similar to the accommodations found on your IEP 504 plan. An example would be extra time to complete tasks, break large tasks into multiple smaller tasks, and provide a written list of the type of tasks that are required of you. Disability disclosure. Familiarize yourself with your job accommodations in the workplace and disability disclosure. Disability disclosure means letting an employer know about your disability either at the interview or once you have started work. Disclosing your disability is ultimately up to you. It is illegal for an employer to ask you if you have a disability or initiate a discussion about your disability. It has been suggested that if you have a visible disability, to disclose your disability during the interview as a way of clearing any unspoken assumptions or misperceptions an employer may have but legally can't discuss without risking liability. Be sure to educate the employer by articulating or demonstrating how you can perform essential functions of the job. Have resources as well as information available for the employer, and explain how your disability has increased your personal growth, determination, and perseverance. An employer interviewing a person with a visual impairment may assume the person cannot research on a computer because of being visually impaired, and therefore not qualified for the position. However, if the person with a visual impairment explains that with the use of special software they can perform the required job duties just as well as a person without visual impairment, may keep them in the running as a potential hire. What if a person has a hidden disability? Again, it is up to you if you want to disclose or not. If you do not disclose, this means you do not have any accommodations and must perform all tasks as required. If you are unable to complete the task and still choose not to disclose your disability, you may run into the risk of losing your job. If you do lose your job, it may be difficult to put in a complaint if you never disclose your disability or that express that you needed accommodations. Who can help you find the right job? Agencies for employment such as vocational rehabilitation, Social Security Ticket to Work, and local staffing agencies. Attend job fairs. Check community calendars, staffing company websites, or community colleges and universities for listings of coming job fairs. Search online sites such as monster.com, careerbuilder.com, hotjobs.com, usajobs.gov, snagajob.com, etc. And network. At this time, take your worksheet out and please fill in the parts of the worksheet which asks, what are some jobs you could see yourself having? Name some businesses where you can start applying for employment. Networking, interaction with people to exchange information and develop contacts, especially to further one's career. The vast majority of job openings are never advertised. They are filled by word of mouth. That is why networking is the very best way to find a job. Unfortunately, many job seekers are hesitant to take advantage of networking because they are afraid of being seen as pushy, annoying, or self-serving. But networking isn't about using other people or aggressively promoting yourself. It's about building relationships. So let everyone you know that you are looking for a job, the type of job you're looking for, and encourage them to pass your information along to whomever they may know that may be interested or can assist you in achieving employment. Networking can help you start a career or help you build on your current career. On our worksheet, make a list of everyone that may be able to help you network. Then call your network and let your network know you are job searching. Professionalism. Anytime you are on the clock, you should strive to be as professional as possible. Many teenagers think that they are only teenagers and they do not have to act in a professional manner yet. While you may not necessarily have to act professional all the time, it can help you in the long run. Those that remain professional are going to have the best chance of getting promotion and eventually moving up in their career. Displaying consistent professionalism will also garner you a good reference if you decide to move to a different job. Professionalism includes dressing appropriately for the role that you're in. Be on time, always before time is supposed to start at work, and use time management well. Work as a team with coworkers, which means communicating effectively whatever the circumstance, and active listening. Cell phones off or silent. Instead of talking, texting, and surfing the internet on your phone, you should leave your phone alone while you are working. It is good practice to make or take personal calls during break time. If you are expecting an important call and your employer allows you to use a cell phone at work, there is nothing wrong with occasionally taking a call on your phone. If your boss does not allow you to use your cell phone at work, he or she may allow someone to call in to the business line. Social networking image. Be cautious of your social networking images. Employers may seek and find your social networking image, and if they do not like your social image, they may not hire you. Employers seek those that will represent their company not only during work, but also out in the community. Prioritize effectively. This means being prepared to put in the time and effort to get things done, but also manage to have a reasonable work-life balance. Accountable and responsible. This means taking accountability and responsibility for what you do and say and for what you have left undone. Please fill out the sections of your worksheets that ask, what are some areas of professionalism that come easy to you? What are some areas of professionalism you can improve on? Resume skills. Think outside of the box when it comes to your job experience, skills, and responsibilities. Always be honest on a resume. Have reference available and only give your references information if asked. Be sure to let your references know to be expecting a call from a potential employer. Follow up on resumes sent out with a friendly letter, phone call, or email. Have an organized, professional-looking one-page resume. Prepare a functional resume to show experience if you have little work experience. Areas of a resume. This includes contact information such as name, address, phone number, and email. Objective or summary. Let the employer know the type of position you want and skills you have. This part of the resume is optional. Work and volunteer experience. Education. If you are in high school, college, or in a vocational tech program, include this information along with your expected date of graduation. Other skills and achievements, hobbies and interests. References. The section that discusses references should say available upon request. Only disclose your references if they are requested. Provide your references on a separate sheet with your contact information. Try not to use family as a reference. On your worksheet, please fill in the part that asks, what are some skills that you can add to your resume? What references do you have in mind? This is an example of a functional resume for someone without job experience. As you can see, this person has many skills that could very easily transfer to a paying position. You are able to get a true understanding of her goals, special skills, and interests. This is an example of a resume with work experience. As you can see, it includes work experience with the position the person held, duties, and dates of time of employment. Always start with your most current place of employment and work your way back. Acquiring experience. Besides finding a new career opportunity, volunteering provides teens with other skills necessary in the job market. Teens have a chance to learn important communication and interpersonal skills. The same leadership skills that help their education will also help in the business world. Finally, volunteering provides teens a chance to increase their knowledge in certain areas. Those activities done in a volunteer position can be added as experience to a resume. Look for part-time or summer work. An after-school job for teens is a great way to learn about money and professional conduct on the job. A part-time job is also a great way to get an introduction to budgeting, investing, saving, and networking. Job shadow. Your first question will probably be, what is job shadow? A job shadow involves a person like yourself following someone at their job to see what the position is all about. So you follow the person as if you were their shadow. You get the chance to see what the person does. By participating in a job shadowing, you'll get a first-hand look at a number of different careers. Job shadowing are especially important to young teens that can't get regular jobs or internships. This way, when you're of a working age, you will already have a good idea of the types of fields you would like to enter. Seek school work experiences. Many schools have work experience programs that are available to students in their last years of high school. These programs work by offering credit for students who have jobs. Depending on how your school has set up the program, you may be limited as to where you can work. This obviously has disadvantages as it clearly limits the kind of work experience available to you. Find out more by talking to your teacher or guidance counselor. If your school does not offer a work experience program, you may want to look into a government-sponsored program in your area. Contact your local employment assistance office to see if such program exists in your area. Interviewing people in your fields of interest. A field of work is far more than a single job. Most have at least 5 related types of jobs that are available within that field. When interviewing people in your field of interest, consider the amount of skills, education, and responsibilities needed for each job available in the field. Be sure to ask about other careers within your field of interest that the person you are interviewing may know or recommend. It is also recommended to look into organizations like Job Corps, AmeriCorps to build volunteer experiences and work experience. Please fill out the spot on your worksheet that asks, who can you contact to assist you in acquiring work experience? Application tips. Dress professional. Even when requesting an application, dress professional. Some employers may ask to interview you on the spot, and first impressions are important. This also shows the employer that you are serious about finding a job and professional. Be polite when requesting or submitting an application. Again, first impressions are often passed along. Ask to speak to the supervisor or manager on duty if possible to briefly introduce yourself when submitting the application. Be honest. Use blue or black ink pens. Erasable pens are also okay. Take the application home to complete. This way you can get help in filling it out and won't feel pressure or stressed when filling out the application at the location which you have requested it from. By taking the application home, you can also have a friend or mentor review the application to make sure you did not miss anything. Make copies of the application to practice prior to completing the original application. This way, if you make a mistake, you have a copy of the application to start over with and won't have to return to the location to ask for another application. Write clearly and in an easy-to-read print. If you have trouble with handwriting, have someone with better handwriting fill out the application for you. Things to avoid: not reading the directions, misspelling words, crossing out words, wrinkling the application. If there's a deadline, complete the application on time. Avoid words like quit or fired. Additional application tips. Apply for a specific position rather than entering anything or open for a desired position. Write does not apply or NA for not applicable if the space if the question does not apply to you. Do not leave the area blank. The employer may think that you are avoiding the question. Read and check the application for completeness before turning it in to the employer. Be sure to sign and date the application. Have a family member or friend look over the application before turning it in. When returning the application, ask to hand it to a supervisor on duty. Interviewing tips. An interview gives you the opportunity to showcase your qualifications to an employer, so it pays to be well prepared. The following information provides some helpful hints. Practice interviewing with a friend or family member. This way you will be prepared for the most common interviewing questions, such as, why do you want to work here? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Be on time. Punctuality is very important when arriving to an interview. This is the first impression the employer gets, and if you're late, it gives the impression that you don't value the interviewer's time. Even if you're arriving 5 minutes late, this can cause you to lose the job. Arriving 10 to 15 minutes early, on the other hand, will give you time to prepare. Be sure you have directions and you know how to get to the interviewing location. If you're unsure, go a day before to make sure you know how to get there. Provide a firm handshake. When you first meet your interviewer, be sure to give them a firm handshake. This sends out the message that you have confidence and manners. When on an interview, let the interview start the dialogue. Practice active listening. Don't think of your response while they are still talking. Otherwise, you may not answer the question correctly, or later on ask a question that they've already provided an answer to you. Make eye contact. Be sure to make eye contact when you speak to the interviewer. This shows that you have high self-esteem and are confident. Be polite. Say yes please or no thank you if you are offered a cup of coffee, soda, etc. Manners, a friendly attitude, and a smile go a long way with a potential boss. They will assume the manners you use with them will be the same manners you display with their customers. Be prepared. Know the company you are interviewing with. Have questions ready for your interviewer. This shows the interviewer that you have an interest in the company. Keep in mind that it never hurts to practice. Be sure you know who you are and what skill set you possess, and always be yourself. Interviewing tips. Emphasize your strengths, not your disability. Your disability is only one part of who you are, not all that you are. Avoid giving too much information. Answer questions directly without going into your whole life story. Speak for yourself. If you have a parent or service provider assisting you with the interview, do not allow them to speak for you. Thank the interviewer for their time when you are done and shake hands again at the end of the interview. Follow up. Send a handwritten thank you note to the interviewer. Why people don't get hired? Poor appearance, personal appearance, incomplete or sloppy application or resume, lack of manners, maturity, interest and enthusiasm, nervousness or lack of confidence, responding vaguely or unsure to questions, no eye contact with the interviewer, or show no genuine interest in the company or job. Unwillingness to start at the bottom, negative attitude about previous employers, and arriving late to the job interview. Please fill out the final portion of your worksheet which asks, brainstorm some questions that you may be asked and questions you should ask on an interview. Name some questions that you may want to ask on an interview. We will now show you how not to interview for a job.
No, baby girl, I already told you, Lil Juanito ain't my baby. I'm messing with you, girl. You know what I'm saying? No, I want a DNA test. I want a DNA test today. Sorry, it's my baby mama. It'll be okay. Girl, I'm trying to make my money. I'll call you back. All right, later. What's up, shawty? You looking good today. You know it, girl. I gotta get paid. I'm Booster B. How are you doing, baby girl? Nice to meet you, too. I'm not saying I'm just saying, but baby got that going on over here. It's good. It's all good. Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm ready to make some money.
Okay, that's what we like to hear. Now, where's your application?
Oh, you know, I don't have an application.
You don't have an application?
No, baby girl, I got something better for you. I got something better. I got a business card, and it's somewhere in here. I know it is. I got some money.
This is generation.
I know I got my business card in here somewhere. You know what? There you go, baby. Better yet, look, I do have it. It's a resume right here. I have a resume for you.
Yo, Joe, Mama Joe, ain't got no baby Joe.
You got it, girl. You got those rhymes down, baby. You got something together. You did that. You do your thing, girl. You do what you gotta do.
Okay. Yes, Miss Osaka, perhaps no sex and terror quite yet. Oh, Joe got your Joe Bustaboo. Mr. Bustaboo. Mr. Bustaboo, who's looking for somebody to be his mama, too. Well, just go ahead and send Mr. Busta in. All right, please. Mr. Bustaboo.
Boost the beat. It's boost the beat.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you like that bling bling?
Well,
It says play it, because that's what I am. Play up.
It means beach in Spanish. Got an A in the chorus. Come on.
You go, girl. You go.
It's hard.
Nice to meet you, baby girl. Nice to meet you. What's up? You look fine. You look real fine.
No, we're fine. Okay. Mr. B,
Oh, yeah. Show anything for you, baby girl.
okay. All right, Mr. B. So why are you interested in working for us?
Well, you know, I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I need to make some money. I got baby mama drama going on. So, you know, I just need to make some money.
All right. So tell me about your entrepreneurship.
Oh, you know, I do a little bit of rapping. I do a little bit of dancing. You know, I'm all about hip-hop music and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So this is the yo-yo, yo-yo.
There you go. Y'all got some skills around here.
Okay. All right. And your baby mama is your reference here.
Oh, yeah, Janessa. You know, we going through some downfalls right now. She's trying to say the baby's mine, but the baby ain't mine. But, yeah, other than that, she'll give you a good reference. You can call her anytime you want.
All right. Is there any other work experience that you've had?
You know, I never really worked before. I never really had a job because I'm more of like an entrepreneur, you know. I just kind of do my own business, you know what I'm saying?
It says here that you worked for your uncle's gas station.
Like a G6, you know what I'm saying?
And why did you quit working at your uncle's gas station?
Well, you know, everything was good until one day I needed to get off to go play some b-ball with my boys, and my uncle wouldn't let me off, so I had to say deuces.
B-ball?
You know, basketball, Ma. You know basketball.
Oh, okay. All right, so, Mr. B.
Booster B.
Boost to me. In your entrepreneurship, yo-yo, Joe-yo, is there anyone that you have done an event for that we can contact to get
Oh, you my business. I'm still new at all of this, but I'm open to anything. I'm always willing to book something, you know what I'm saying?
One last question for you, Mr. B. If you were hired for this job, would you be able to work the 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift?
Oh, man, 10 o'clock I got to meet with my probation officer. And then 11 o'clock I got to deal with Janessa. And she's got all kinds of drama. But you know what? I think I can fit in. I think I can be here at 9 o'clock. Yes.
All right. I think that's all the questions I have for you, Mr. B. Do you have any questions for me?
No, girl, I'm good. I'm all good. Just when can I start? Can I start tomorrow?
I've got some more interviews to do. I'll call you by the end of the day.
All right, I'll holler.
All right. Thank you, Mr. B.
Thank you.
Mr. Buster Boo.
It's Booster B.
Mr. Buster Boo, your mama's baby's mama, your
Janessa. You know what? I'll call her later. And I'm going to holler at you, baby girl. Peace.
Here are some links to some additional informative resources. Thank you for attending the Mad Job Skills Series, Tips for Acquiring Employment.